If I'm known for three things, it's being easy, fun, and classy, just like fingerstyle guitar in the key of D major. So today we're gonna do some super easy stuff that sounds maybe more impressive than it actually is conceptually, which is always what you want to learn. And it's gonna sound something like this. Okay, so now that is just kind of like an exercise. It sounds kind of boring because we're just ascending through something, but I'm going to show you how to make this musical. I just kind of was doing this because in my quarantine I've been working on an album, and I wrote a song last night that used a lot of the stuff, so I thought I'd share it with you. And really this is all in the key of D, but so much of this is going to focus on a root note and its fifth, okay? So we're going to get to all this, but really we just want to like track a bunch of notes down one string. So in the key of D, starting right here, 3rd fret on the B string. This is a D note. You'll see it in a D major chord. You'll also see it in a D minor chord. Again, this is going to be D major, but we're going to talk about major and minor in a second, all right? Now to find all the notes in the key of D, there's an intervallic formula, which sounds very fancy. All it is just a separation of whole and half steps, whole steps being 2 frets, half steps being 1 step. You have a note, whole, half, whole, half. All right, so you definitely need to know that if you're any kind of musician. Whole, half, whole, half. Never be confused as to what that is again. Start a note. Whole, half, whole, half. Okay, you can do this in any key, but again, key of D is the key of 2020. That's why we're doing it, all right? So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna make this a D note plus its fifth. All right, if you count through just the alphabet, we don't even need to worry about sharps or flats right now. D, E, F, G, A. Okay, a fifth of D is an A. The 2nd fret on the G string, G, G sharp, A, is right here, okay? So now this looks like part of a D major chord, which it is, but we're just worried about its root and its fifth, all right? The collaboration between the D note and the A note, all right, also happen to be open strings on a guitar, A, D. So this is really important fingerstyle guitar-wise, and this is where we're gonna create a pattern using just a D and an A, all right? All right, this is gonna be it. So your thumb is responsible for the A and the D string, and we're just gonna be jumping back and forth. In fact, I made a whole intro to fingerstyle masterclass that I will link you to in the description if you're interested, because it goes through all the basics. We're gonna kind of breeze through some of the basics right now. But get your thumb just moving back and forth, real steady. You'll also notice that I'm kind of palm muting it to kind of get like a deadened sound. This is it sustained, which can get kind of messy. So I think it sounds really good palm muted on the Ed O'Brien Strat as I'm playing, right? So just get this down. Now we can start introducing some of the other notes. So maybe on the 2 count, 1, 2, we're gonna use your ring finger to be responsible for the B string and your pointer finger to be responsible for the G string. 1, 2, all right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. The next thing is we're gonna add that next note. Your pointer finger is gonna hit the G string. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, so this is a really basic fingerstyle pattern. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Do it as slow as you need to. 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. But that pulse, that vibe is something you need to get down to do this right. And then we'll add another pattern for the 2nd bar. So again, the 1st bar is 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. All right. The 2nd bar, you can do this. This is optional. You can just do the 1st pattern if you want, but the 2nd one that I'm going to be using is. So on the 1, I'm getting the A and the B string, my thumb and my middle finger together. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. Now don't worry, don't think about your thumb because your thumb is always alternating, all right? On every count, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the 2nd pattern, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and, all right? 1, 2, and with your pointer finger, 3, and the and of 3 is your middle finger on the B string, 4, and then the and of 4 is your pointer finger again. So we're just alternating on that last part of the bar. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. All right, so that's gonna be the whole pattern. Now the great thing about this chord is it can travel all the way through the fretboard using that same whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half formula that we just did, and you can keep the pulse of the open A and D string throughout, because again, A is the fifth of D. We're just really kind of taking this D major thing, and we're just taking those notes and really creating an atmosphere of just an alternating root thing that we can kind of take these other chords and explore through the fretboard, right? So again, since this is a power chord, just a root and it's fifth, the way we're playing it, it doesn't matter if it's a major chord or a minor chord, we can use it in the same way with the intervals that we spelled out before, right? So 1, 2, 3, and 4, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, whole step. Same thing. Whole step. Half step. Whole step. Another whole step. One more whole step. We're gonna do it like this, and then a half step to get us back to D major, which is where we started, an octave higher, okay? Now the only thing I wanted to point out, the only thing that changes, and we don't even have to change it, is you may have noticed that last interval, I actually played like this. The 14th fret of the B string and the 12th fret of the G string, I have a 2 fret spacing where everything else, it was the exact same shape. The only reason I do that is because that chord has what's called a flat 5. The 7th degree of any key has a diminished quality to it, so that's why I kind of separated that for right there. But the beautiful thing about it is you don't even have to do that. If you want to keep it simpler, I'll do the same thing, a little faster, but I'm never going to change the shape. I just did this for all those jazz geeks out there who are going to give me a hard time being, you know, oh, it's a flat 5, whatever. Stupid, right? Same thing, the entire shape. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 1, 2, and 3, whole step. Whole step. Half. Whole. Whole. Keep the same shape, whole. So you may have noticed a little bit of a difference on there, because if we use this right here, G sharp, isn't technically in the key, but guess what? There's no rules. Break all the rules. That's a very key attribute of being fun and easy and classy, is rule breaking, but responsible rule breaking, okay? So thanks for keeping up. Anyways, that's just doing them all in order. Now you can really create entire chord progressions out of this and then just move around. So I think it's really good to just kind of be able to maybe visually track that whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half, and maybe take a few hot spots from it. So let's take the 1 chord to my favorite chord in the key, the 4, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So maybe I'm just gonna like kind of hone in right here on the 8th fret of the B string and jump back and forth between the D chord here and then maybe run it there. Then I can back it up. So, a lot of stuff you can do really just by taking one very simple formula, whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. You could be super new age and get like a tattoo with that on there, or maybe even just change one of the wholes and halves on the tattoo just to make it seem like you're super, super edgy and modal, because that's what the kids are doing these days. So really, jump around and then kind of explore different intervals. In fact, the song that I'm going to be releasing soon enough actually instantly breaks the rules. Like I think it starts on a D. So once you kind of like take an interval that isn't normal, I think you can really work it in a way that makes it sound super musical. And again, that's why I like the idea of having this A, D, just kind of like pulse rhythm through the whole thing, because it really just kind of, it ties everything together nicely. And then even if you do choose to go outside of a key, it'll never take you so far outside where that thing is just begging you to come. See, you can really just take anything. Having that pulse will always draw you back home to the key of D, the official key of 2020 on the Sean Daniel YouTube channel. So thanks for checking it out. If you have any questions or comments, hit me up in the comment section. Instagram, Twitter, website. Stay tuned for new music coming your way super soon, and check out that class because it's super worth it and it's ridiculously cheap. So stay fun, stay easy, and stay classy.